Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Peak. I am your incredibly attractive host, Soul. It's wonderful to see everyone back again. Now, of course, this is my daily series where I make an attempt at climbing to the top of each day's randomly generated mountain in the hit party game Peak. But before I get started, I need to take my meds, which I will be doing with a fruit punch flavored Nun Sport Hydration water. Because I woke up to a nosebleed this morning, which is usually a sign that I am dehydrated. And I figured the caffeine wouldn't help. Anyways. Ugh. Blah. Yeah. Alright, that's the meds. Ugh. I'm gonna eat a jerky stick. Mmm. It's got pineapple flavor. I also have to take my vitamins. I didn't realize until I started talking, but my throat is sore from the nosebleed. Apparently, your throat doesn't like having blood in it. Or at least not unexpectedly. Not running down the back of it. It's fine with it in other places. Ow. You know, I could do a little text thing on the starting soon screen where it's like, take your meds. Something like that. The Twitch app is also helpfully informing me that I can manage my channel directly from my phone. Which I'm sure I never would have figured out otherwise. It's not like I actively do not do that. It's not like I'm making the active choice not to do that. Anyway. Okay, vitamin pill. Ooh. It feels so weird on my tongue. Also, my piss has been a radioactive yellow since I started taking those. Ugh. So, not to be a little TMI or anything, but you know. Bleh. Alright. We're almost at the 5-minute mark. I think I am good to start off. What's got you fuming, baby? What's got you mad, dude? This place eats dopes for breakfast, so you better learn to cope soon. I just listened to that song and I think I got it really wrong. Anyway. What's got you fuming, baby? What's got you seething, dude? This place eats dopes for breakfast, so you better learn to cope soon. Yeah, first try. Bleh. Alright. That is the rest of my jerky stick. I had an offer on the table to go kayaking the other day. Slightly disappointed I didn't take it. It's one of those, the offer was presented to me like 12 hours in advance. And my brain does not like, doing anything on that short of notice. Even if I think it's fun, it doesn't really matter. It was like a whole scheduling angle. And I have to overcome the initial thing of like, okay, this sounds like something I could enjoy in theory. Am I tired right now? Or, like, am I just overwhelmed by a thing being presented to me on too short notice, or whatever. Turns out I would have enjoyed this, apparently. Or at the very least, I think I would have. Because I'm a little disappointed that I didn't advocate for that, but ultimately I don't, you know. I think it would have been fun. I also think it would have been exhausting. So, you know. Mixed bag. Bleh. I was in my brain has not been being nice to me, definitely, in terms of how much energy I can have at any given moment. Turns out the number is very little. I know I've complained about this before, but jeez, you know? I can only take so much. I have to let the pressure off, somehow. And my therapy today, is canceled because of Independence Day. And my therapist, like, let me know that that was gonna be a deviation from the schedule, like, a week in advance. It was great. That's the kind of shit I want to see. I would love to have shit planned, a week in advance, just, like, generally pretty consistently. I don't know. If I want that, I should probably be the one making plans. But if I was the one making plans, I would feel responsible for, like, paying and on some level transit, and I can't do either of those consistently. So, you know. Like, I already feel bad enough asking for rides to class. Which, speaking of, I have made very little progress towards getting any applications in, and we are nearing the deadline. And I think it's just the overwhelm that's getting me. But it's one of those things, god damn it. Okay. It's one of those things where I feel like I need to narrow my scope. Less than 5 minutes. Oh my god. This has been happening too often recently. I feel like I need to narrow the scope of the things that I'm doing, and I think attempting to pursue the remainder of the bachelor's, maybe it's like too much. My brain certainly doesn't like the idea of it. And also, in talking about potentially not doing it and instead just focusing on job hunting, I do feel a lot of light tingles on my skin all over, which do feel comparable to a burden being lifted. So that's something. I should be looking into that, I think. Just finding a consistent income stream, saving up for a while. If I want the bachelor's to work a more professional job, I can get it later. It's never too late. In the meantime, ideally, I can find a job that I can digital nomad. And I can do some attempts at traveling. You know, hit some big cities where I don't actually need to, like, drive. Experience a bit of that freedom. I've got a passport and everything. I could go just about anywhere. Okay. Well, I don't know about playing more big. I don't know if I'm in the mood for it at the moment. And I'm having weird emotions now that I've talked about all of that. I have been considering trying to run a RimWorld colony on stream. So maybe I'll do that later? We'll see how things go. Oy. God, that really does make everything feel easier. God, I'm gonna need to talk to my parents about it. I think they'll understand, ultimately. But it'll be a rough conversation until... Yeah. Alright. Well, On that note, I'd like to thank everybody who's turned up for today's Daily Peak. I appreciate your viewership, and I will see all of you guys next time. Bye. I'm gonna play some RimWorld, I think, and cope with this weird lightness I'm feeling.